Hello students, we will now begin step 2 of the chapter 1 lesson. So the last thing we did was we marked up this page, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add style. So step 2 is going to be adding style to the page. So the style is going to be inside the head tag, not inside the body. So I'm going to open a style tag, and then I'm going to close the style tag. So I'll do that so that I don't forget to close it. And then I'm going to put my cursor in between the open and close style tags. And since I'm going to be adding style to the body of the page, I want whatever I do to pertain to the entire body of the page, I'm going to type the word body. And open curly. And it closes the curly, but I like to have them on separate lines. Not required, but it's just the way I like to do it. So I'm going to tab over twice, and we're going to add a background color to our page. So background hyphen color, colon, and I have a hashtag number, color number, and you can always look up color numbers online. There's tons of them. In this case, I'm going to use the color of coffee, which I know is D2B48C, and that always ends with a semicolon. So now when I Control S and refresh my page, you will see that my background is now the color of coffee. Okay? So now I'm going to go back to Notepad, and what I want to do now is I notice that my text is right up against the left margin, and I want to leave some space there. So I'm going to add a margin. So I'm going to tab over, and I'm going to put margin hyphen left, colon, and I'll make it about 20%. 20% from the left side, semicolon, and then margin hyphen right, colon, and I'll make that 20% as well. Okay? And Control S, and now when I go and refresh my page, I've got 20% here. Now there's also 20% on the right, but since there's not, since the text doesn't go that far anyway, you don't notice it. But if we were to ever type anything that would continue here, it would stop at 20% on the right-hand side. Okay? All right, so now that we've done that, let's add a nice border to our page. So we're going to add a border, and we want it around the entire page, so we're not going to put border left and right. We're just going to put border, colon, and we're going to make it 5 pixels wide. So you put the width of the border first, the style of the border, in this case I'm going to make it solid, and the color. Now I'm going to use an actual color here, a typed color. Most of the standard colors will work. In this case I'm pretty sure brown will. Control S, and then I'll refresh my page, and it did not work. So let me go back and find out why. Oh, I didn't put a semicolon at the end of this one here. Little things like that can screw up the page, so you got to pay attention to those little details. Control S, and now when I refresh, I have my brown border around. Okay, it looks red, but it's actually brown. Okay, so now what I think would improve this page is if I center aligned my text. So I'm going to go back to Notepad, and I'm going to add another style, text hyphen align, colon, center, semicolon. Control S, and now when I go back and refresh my page, now all of my text is centered. Okay? So this is going to end step 2 of chapter 1.